black people formed their own social and pleasure clubs, they called them. They were bars, but they were, membership bars. And they had live music because a lot of the musicians were black. The creators of jazz were black musicians, former slaves. So when the band would get, all riled up and they would go outside the club playing music, the bar patrons would follow them, dancing. There's a style to and you can hear the horns if you're, you might be in your house and all of a sudden you hear da-da, da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da, and all of a sudden people come out of their houses and just follow the band around the block. And before you know it, it's what they call a second line parade, the people dancing behind the band like a second line. Okay. So that's how second line parades came into existence. And now we have them all year round. And they're black musicians. They're usually frequented by majority by black folks, and they're part of our culture, and they're a lot of fun. Okay, so when a black musician would die, they would have a musician's funeral, and it would start at the bar. Everybody would be commiserating and drinking. Okay, then the band and the friends from the bar, because that was the social circle, would go to the funeral, and after the funeral, the brass band would play a dirge. Really sad, slow music, walking to the cemetery from the funeral home. Usually the musician was carried in a hearse that was a horse-drawn hearse because they didn't have a lot of money. So, and all the friends would be behind the hearse walking, crying, and that would be the dirge music that was being played. Once they get to the cemetery and they place the body in the tomb, it's called cutting the body loose. All of a sudden, the band breaks out into second line music. Everybody takes their hanky, which they were using to cry on the way in, and starts celebrating that this life is getting resurrected to heaven. And they start dancing with their hanky in the air like this. And so when you see second liners, they have a white hanky in their hand. And so that's the custom. And if you look in the papers, you might see it. Jazz funeral. Some jazz musicians, and everybody will show up for it. And so that's where that originated from.